Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, long considered Hollywood's golden couple, are no strangers to the ever-watchful eyes of the paparazzi and celebrity gossip enthusiasts. For years, they've constantly lived in the public eye, projecting a pristine image of matrimonial paradise, one riddled with devotion, unwavering support, and an abundance of shared love. Yet beneath this glossy veneer of the glamorous, picture-perfect couple, a shocking rumor is brewing, stirring the otherwise tranquil waters of their celebrated marriage. It's a story that promises twists and turns, so before we dive into the very first clue that sent the internet into a frenzy, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our deep dives into the stories everyone is talking about. Now, the name at the epicenter of this tumultuous storm is none other than the rising country star Maggie Baugh. Armed with a soulful voice and a musical talent that echoes a young Dolly Parton, Baugh has impressed not only the fans but also industry veterans, one of whom just so happens to be Keith Urban himself. But it's the whispers alluding to a relationship surpassing professional boundaries between the music maestro and the budding star that are causing quite a stir, casting a long and ominous shadow over the pristine image of Keith and Nicole's union. Hints of this turmoil first began to take form through subtly altered behaviors in public appearances, in hushed talks and unspoken words that transmitted tension subtly, yet noticeably. Glimmers of disharmony started to crack the carefully curated image of the couple. Keith and Nicole, who used to grace every red carpet with synchronized strides and effortless, shared smiles, suddenly grew less complimentary of each other during interviews, less touchy during photo ops, and decidedly less giddy in each other's presence. Observant fans, who had spent years idolizing their connection, sensed the shift immediately, triggering a wave of speculation about the stability of what once seemed to be an indisputable love story. The saga, however, truly took flight with a cryptic post on Maggie Baugh's Instagram. The audience, already on high alert, began to decipher troubling implications behind the veiled messages in her post. Known for her candid and straightforward online presence, Baugh's uncharacteristically ambiguous caption under a moody, monochrome image of an empty stage left her followers with far more questions than answers. Her morose expression, a powerful contrast to her usually vibrant and sunny persona, only intensified the conjectures of a brewing storm. That cryptic post hung like a virtual sword of Damocles over the heads of Urban and Kidman, poised to drop at any moment. Before long, the whispers converted into a full-on cacophony of speculations, trending hashtags and heated talk show debates as the world fixated on the unraveling, possibly scandalous narrative encompassing Keith Urban, Nicole Kidman, and the seemingly innocent country newcomer Maggie Baugh. In an instant, the perfect image of Keith and Nicole was upturned, the emerald curtain of Hollywood once again pulled back to reveal an intricate web of deceit, rumors, and potential heartache. Within a blink of an eye, the golden couple of Hollywood found themselves etched in a narrative that even Tinseltown couldn't have scripted better. And just as that perfectly scripted drama began to play out for a global audience, the story's supposed antagonist decided to add a chapter of her own. Just when the online world thought it had gulped down its share of shocking revelations, a sizzling bombshell dropped. The rising country star, Maggie Baugh, set the virtual sphere ablaze, amplifying the scandal that was already spiraling out of control. With an audacious claim of possessing receipts, the young singer alluded to having incontrovertible evidence backing her side of the tale. Cyberspace buzzed with excitement, conjecture, and heated debates, swelling the scandal with an unprecedented fervor as the Maggie-Keith narrative spread like wildfire across every platform. In the midst of this electrifying maelstrom, the behavior of Keith Urban, the seasoned country rock superstar, and his acclaimed actress wife, Nicole Kidman, on the digital front only intensified the speculation. Their digital demeanor evolved from cryptic to conspicuously frosty, further fueling the scandalous narrative. Their sporadic online activities trickled in, interspersed with ambiguous posts that did little to dispel the rumors. An Instagram post here, a vague tweet there. The duo appeared to slyly surrender to the waves of wild speculative theories in silence, thereby fanning the flames they had inadvertently sparked. The whole saga took an even darker turn, with a slew of insider revelations. Mysterious sources, who claimed to be closely linked with all parties involved, started weaving a tale of an intimate past between Keith and Maggie. These anonymous voices spoke of secret rendezvous, furtive glances, and a narrative that hinted at something far more than just a platonic professional connection between the megastar and the rising songstress. With each new revelation, the image of a potential heartbreak lurking in the shadows became more potent and more believable. Just by scenting the air of social media, one could sniff a brewing storm. The cryptic posts, the alleged affair, the betrayal, heartbreak, and a scandal that seemed to be gaining momentum by the hour. All the ingredients of a tempest were there. The intoxicating mixture of fame, secrecy, and alleged betrayal underscored the weightiness of this intense saga, serving as a stark reminder that scandals, like wildfires, blaze furiously, often obliterating the most closely guarded secrets in their destructive wake. The unforeseen questions that arose due to the Keith-Maggie-Nicole triangle suddenly turned the full spotlight of the entertainment industry upon them. Everyone was eager to witness how this drama would unfold, how the three individuals at the epicenter of this brewing tempest would navigate the torrent of accusations and speculations. Yet one question rose above them all. Where is the fine line between a carefully crafted public image and private reality in the mystifying landscape of Hollywood? But the public didn't have to wait for time to deliver the next clue. Instead, it came directly from the eye of the storm, Maggie Baugh herself, who unleashed a string of posts laden with more cryptic hints and subtle jabs at the superstar couple. The first of these was a simple photo of a martini glass tilted precariously, with a telling caption, "Spilling the truth, sip by sip." This rapid unveiling on social media seized the attention of fans and avid followers, who were already reeling from the allegations. The volatile crux of these ethereal allegations was then made worse by a series of unforgivable selfies of Maggie in locations that looked suspiciously like Keith Urban's Nashville estate. The internet was abuzz, and fans quickly began drawing lines of allegiance. The chatter on Twitter quickly turned into a catastrophic bellowing, with hashtags like #UrbanScandal and #KeithMaggieAffair storming into the trending list within mere hours. Strangers on the internet swiftly turned into an adamant jury, presenting their own evidence with unverified claims and wild speculations. The feud was further fueled as the flame of scandal was stoked high, with the battleground now firmly set on the digital landscape. Amidst this chaos, enter Nicole Kidman, the silent sphinx. After enduring days of relentless speculation, Nicole finally materialized from the shadows to break her silence, though not in a way anyone expected. She posted a simple image on Instagram showcasing a breathtaking sunset with a caption that read, "In times of storm, the sun will always rise." This single post catapulted the silent actress directly into the eye of this hurricane. Was this an admittance of the raging chaos, or just a cryptic reminder of brighter days ahead? The diva's staunch and elegant stance seemed to affect more than just the public audiences, as the alleged other woman, Maggie Baugh, displayed a sudden and odd retreat from her social media onslaught. Alongside the high-strung drama unfolding in real time, a new theory surfaced, one which provided a wild twist to this already chaotic saga. Rumors swirled around Hollywood, suggesting that this incendiary scandal was nothing more than a tactical PR campaign. Could it be possible that this chaotic series of events was planned for the sake of a possible advantage? The veil of enigma draped over the entire scandal became heavier as this conspiracy theory gained traction. The question of why lagged heavily behind, and fans were kept on their toes in anticipation of what may come next. Through this madness, an intriguing reflection of the industry was revealed. The saga unveiled the polemicery of an alleged affair, the power of cryptic social media posts, and the potency behind theorized tactics in the industry. A cloak of mystery continues to shadow these stars, while the world waits with bated breath for the truths to unfold. And while the world held its breath, expecting a collapse, what happened next was something no one saw coming. Just when it seemed like the storm was about to consume them, Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman surprised everyone with an astoundingly candid display of affection, withstanding the drama as if it was a mere summer squall. Gone were the tension-laden expressions, replaced with an inexplicably unscathed image of a couple deeply in love, despite the churning whirlpool of rumors and accusations revolving around them. It was as if they had emerged from their chrysalis, having watched the chaos, battened by remorseless jabs, but remaining unflinchingly resilient. Their resurgence was captured in the most human of moments, a simple flicker captured in time where Keith and Nicole can be seen enveloped in each other's embrace, radiating a blissful aura. Suddenly, the alleged adultery narrative took a back seat, overpowered by the couple's warm candor, beaming through the tabloids, crisscrossing across social media, and hitting the internet like the first rays of dawn dispersing the night's gloom. The image ignited a flashfire of support amongst fans, replacing the previous narrative of betrayal. However, with the light of this new dawn, a shadow of skepticism followed. As netizens took a step back from the sudden change of events, new speculations began to percolate through the digital landscape. The seeming too idyllic to be true harmony of Keith and Nicole became fodder for a fresh discourse focused on the legitimacy of their public displays of affection. Was the shared love genuine, or was it merely a strategically conceived ordinance designed to dissolve the scandal's potency? This paradigm shift raised pertinent questions regarding the authenticity of their sentimental display. Was it a cleverly orchestrated emotional marketing ploy, or was it the truth standing tall, unperturbed amidst the sea of hearsay? Was this happy couple cashing in on their previously unblemished image to sell tickets? Or were they merely a pair of lovebirds nestled in an eyrie high above a destructive squall, visible yet distant? Fans, drawn into the unfolding drama, found themselves switching sides yet again. Suddenly, the avid observers turned defenders, rallying in support of the couple. Their loyalties were driven by this new visual evidence, which seemed to evict the hitherto preconceived notions of a failing marriage, painting a poignantly unblemished portrait of an undying romance. The collective sentiment flared across the virtual domain. Were the fans manipulated, or were they finally seeing what was always there? Was this moment a mere fleeting respite in the ongoing tumult, or was it the calm after a hurricane? With every ensuing development, the truth became increasingly elusive, leaving everyone to wonder what was truly going on behind the glitzy facade of Hollywood. And just as the public was grappling with the authenticity of Keith and Nicole's united front, the third corner of this media triangle, Maggie Baugh, made a move that added a whole new layer of complexity to that very question. Just when the dust seemed to be settling down, she released a new acoustic track, the mellifluous crooning of which belied the gravity of the scandal. The lyrics, deeply poignant and telling, seemed to carry heavy implications. A closer listen revealed verses that were disturbingly suggestive, nudges and hints that pointed to something beyond a friendly association with Keith Urban. They were dangerously threading along confession lines that the alleged liaison might have been more reality than rumor. Was this musical confession an outpour of an artist's repressed emotions, or another nuanced layer of the drama? The world of social media was divided again, raked into a chaotic frenzy of speculation and judgment. Some, entranced by Maggie's musical melody, found empathy for the young artist, while others labeled it as a mere prurient PR racket, a stunt to place her firmly under the celebrity spotlight and cement her relevance in the tumultuous realm of country music. Amidst these rippling waves of controversy, the figure who bore the greatest onslaught quietly immersed herself in an impenetrable shell of silence. Nicole Kidman, Hollywood royalty and the other half of a seemingly harmonious couple, had maintained an elegant silence from the commencement, neither declaring war nor extending olive branches. Instead, her cryptic Instagram post about the calm before a storm simply added another notch to the growing intrigue. Her post screamed of defiance, an assertion of storms weathered and battles won in solitude. And although not one word was directly related to the ongoing saga, her followers couldn't help but associate this brewing tempest with the scandal at hand. This era of tabloid scandals finds itself punctuated by cryptic online interactions, stirring up public curiosity and the pervasive search for truth in a mirage of stage-managed stardom. By the end of it, what unfolds is an unlikely melange of truth and planned publicity, with the world eagerly tuning in to every beat of the tale. After all, the reticent may choose silence, but they never fail to make a sound. And Nicole's silence was the loudest amidst the chaos. The question remained, was it the calm, or was it foretelling a spiraling storm? It turned out the world wouldn't have to wait long for time to deliver its verdict. In a dramatic breakthrough that felt ripped from a screenplay, an email from an alleged insider surfaced, revealing the supposed underpinnings of this saga that rocked the fortitude of the beloved Hollywood duo. This hot piece of digital contraband suggested, perhaps more scandalously than anything before it, that the alleged amorous relationship between Keith and Maggie was entirely contrived, a glorious spectacle created at the altar of publicity. This unsubstantiated leak steered public opinion yet again, swaying hordes of loyal fans to question not only the ethics of their favorite music and film stars, but the authenticity of the industry itself. While some picked apart the explosive email, mining each line in search of allusions to the truth, others balked at the possibility of such an intricate, manipulative ruse. Yet there, amidst this tidal wave of skepticism and confusion, a paradox began to crystallize. Could it be that this was merely a smartly orchestrated PR move, spinning controversy for record-breaking success? While the truth remained elusive in this riptide of conjecture, one irrefutable fact surfaced. The music streaming numbers of both artists, Keith and newcomer Maggie, skyrocketed amidst the scandal. Their songs topped playlists, their albums trended worldwide. The sounds of guitars and heartbreak, resonating from every corner of the globe, were undeniable signs of these artists riding the scandal wave all the way to bankable success. This wasn't whispers in the wind. This was cold, hard data. This was dollars and cents, stamping a firm full stop to debunk the doubts of anyone questioning the explosiveness of this alleged affair. Their talents might have not been in question, but now their credibility stood on the chopping block. Under this blinding spotlight, the couple, Nicole and Keith, somehow managed to maintain their poise, hand in hand, their public image seemingly unscathed. Their social media feeds bloomed with life, painting an intimate tableau of normalcy amidst the storm. The world watched as they deftly navigated these uncharted waters, their smiles well-rehearsed, their words carefully chosen, their damage control strategy masterful. Was this indeed a well-crafted facade, or was this their reality? As the dust began to settle on this epic saga of alleged infidelity, music, and money, the truth remained as elusive as ever. Questions haunted the minds of fans and critics alike. Who could discern the truth in this intricately woven web of speculation and insinuation? Amidst the circus, this much was clear. Hollywood was high on its own drama, relishing every moment of this scandal that had the entire world tuned in. But was this a masterful publicity stunt, a genuine heartbreak, or something in between? The line between performance and reality has never been more blurred. But what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.